Hey girls, it's Jamie. So the seasons are changing, which means that my wardrobe is changing. But if you know me, then you know I'm not going to spend a ton of money on new clothes. So today I'm going to show you how to spruce up the wardrobe you already have by teaching you how to dip dye. Let's do it, girl. For your project, you're going to want to find any plain piece of clothing that could use a dash of color. I just rummaged through my closet and I found this plain, boring old white long sleeve t-shirt. Make sure that your clothing is freshly washed and dried. You're also going to need 1 large bucket, salt, a dry and liquid measuring cup, a metal spoon and whisk, a hanger with clips, rubber gloves, 2 gallons of hot water. Except hot though. This isn't hot. I'm gonna heat it up. Okay, cool. And a drying rack. Now, if you don't have your own drying rack, no problem. There are still several other ways for you to hang your shirt, like 2 chairs and a broom. Get creative. Finally, you'll need powdered dye. Now, you can usually find this stuff in a craft store, but if you're having any trouble, just look online. Since you're going to be dealing with permanent dye, you're going to want to protect your floor and your clothes. Lay down newspaper or a drop cloth and wear an old shirt that you don't mind possibly getting dirty. All right, let's do this. I've been dying to dye all day. Step 1, measure out 2 cups of hot water. Add your packet of dye to the water and mix thoroughly with your whisk. So the final color of your dye is going to be what's on the box, not what's in the water. Just so you know. You may want to check your package of dye too in order to find more detailed instructions. Step 2, fill up your bucket with 2 gallons of hot water. Make sure it's not boiling or anything, just hot, as if you'd be using it to wash dishes. You can even use less than 2 gallons of water if you want for a darker, richer color. Step 3, add 1 cup of salt to your bucket and mix with a spoon until it's dissolved. Salt actually helps suck the dye from the water in order that it can cling to the fabric. Step 4, add your dye mixture to your salt mixture and continue to stir with your spoon. Step 5, take your clothing and secure it with your clip hanger. Make sure that the part you will be dyeing is hanging evenly. Step 6, slowly dip your shirt into the dye. Keep the dye moving every couple of minutes by stirring with your spoon. Make sure to be neat during the whole process so that no random dye drops appear on your white shirt. If dip dyeing all by yourself seems a little bit too tricky, just go ahead and ask a friend for help. I'm gonna ask my cousin Grant. Hi girls. She's gonna be a huge helping hand. Now here's Jamie's dip dyeing rule of thumb. Your darkest color will start with about 30 minutes of dye time. After that, lower your clothing further into the mixture, or if you're like me, raise the mixture into the clothing. Do this for 5 to 10 minute segments, depending on the concentration of your dye and the thickness of your clothing's material. So basically just eyeball it until you've achieved your desired look. For me, I did 5-minute intervals a half dozen times. When finished, carefully remove your shirt from the dye mixture.
Oh, you can tell how much darker it is in the bottom for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's cool that it's made straight.
Yeah,
like, it's sort of visual like, interesting.
Yeah, how it dips down.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool actually.
Wearing your rubber gloves, wring out the dye as best as you can from your shirt into the bucket. Make sure to keep your gloves below the dye line so that you don't get dyed fingerprints anywhere. Once your dye is no longer dripping, wash out your rubber gloves completely. The next step is to move your clothing over to the sink, the bathtub, the laundry tub, anywhere where you can rinse out your shirt. Rinse out your clothing with cool water until the water runs clear, making sure to again never touch your gloves above the dyed part. Now this process could take about 15 minutes or more, so be patient, okay? I promise you the water will eventually run clear. The final step is to let your clothing dry on your clip hanger. Now I've also heard that before drying your shirt you can throw it into the washing machine without detergent, but I think that would actually make your entire shirt turn the color of your dye, so I'm going to skip that step for mine. Feel free to use any extra dye that you may have to get dip dye daring. Go ahead and dip dye a jean jacket or white towels or candles or a scarf, anything that you can get your hands on. And here we go, a dip dyed shirt. It's a whole new look for a whole new season. What did you decide to dip dye? Tweet me at Jamie Petito or tell me all about it in the comments below. We did it, girl. I'm Jamie and you're on Gurl.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Yeah, Abercrombie and Fitch, $59.95. Yeah. And then wear an old shirt that you don't mind possibly getting dirty. I stole this from my ex-boyfriend. Not really. Moment of approval from that guy.
In the 0.5 seconds that he drove by the window, he's like, that's a cool shirt, Hong.